Alright, the next story quest and the last video for tonight and the last Final Fantasy video until Monday, which happens to be my birthday. Um, anyway, is Forget Us Not, given to us by Alice. Actually, let me turn my light off real quick. 7 p.m. I don't need light anymore. Not that I needed it before, but trying to maintain some kind of a rhythm with light and such is not a bad idea. Alright, Forget Us Not by Alice and the Rising Stones. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate, we cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Arms gratia. Well, if we're to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. It'll be fine, I'm sure of it, or as long as you exercise due caution. As long as you exercise due caution. Everyone turns to me. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. This little goblin child that lost his parents to Titan, I believe they worship Titan. I think. Sorry. I reacted to pull my headset off faster than I could have flipped the switch on my microphone, so hopefully that wasn't too loud. You know what? We haven't done this in a while, but we're going to Limsa. However, we use a free teleport, because Gridania is still my free teleport. Not my home point, my free teleport that I can use literally anytime I want, repeatedly. And then from there, run away with me to another place. We can give me air shake landing, and then take it to Limsa to save some money. Why haven't you made this free for me, you assholes? For all I've done for your countries. 120 gil is not much. But it's also probably not much to you. The drowning wench. You should probably save her. We'll sprint because Gabu, or at least the talking spot we're going to, is next to the storm. What are they called? The Maelstrom? Right outside the Maelstrom headquarters, which is where you would go if you chose to represent Limsa Lominsa with like the... What are they called? Not free company. What's it called? It's been a while since I've had to do this shit, so... it doesn't say. What are they called? Whatever. Graha's here, Alice's here. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once. Cutscene. Here's Gabu, the little goblin child, with a...
Apologies for the wait.
Oh, voice acted. A voice acted Storm Private, wearing a great axe at her back. In sepia colored armor? Is that the right word for it? The goblin doesn't really seem to recognize Alice.
Gabu, have you been good?
And she spent so much time with him, it's very sad. Gabu is just silent as usual. Kind of shaky.
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
Either shaking or it's just that's how goblins normally stand still, which is not really at all. It's not like shaking.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
It's as if it has like a combustion engine inside of him, so it's like a little bit more like bouncing. And not perfect, like up and down vertical bouncing, but like kind of like a little bit side to side, like a really like 2%.
Fancy meeting you here.
Hey, Alphino. And Y'shtola.
Alphino, Y'shtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
There was no talk via link pearls? Really, guys? But she goes on to explain, the camera pans back.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul.
Just a second, please. Notifications bug me.
Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Huh. Imbue Angelo. So, Alice does a summoning, waving of arms in a certain pattern, and the flying Porky has been summoned.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Truth.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether.
So is Angelo's power that it, he, they, whatever, can allow the movement of the soul? Because I think that was step 2. If I remember the pentagon they formed, and step 1 was like just letting the crystals absorb their memories, and step 2 was Angelo floating above them in a circle, like dusting them with its porky dust. Porky? Whatever. Probably neither of those. I don't know. Porksy? I think that's what it is. So now he's gonna be imbued with one that will also keep good memories and get rid of, like, wow, I don't know.
And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
That was really
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Oh. What?
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Right here in the open, yeah. Y'shtola, Alphino reach their hands out toward Graha, and blue beams of etheric energy come from their hands to him, hitting him in the chest. They're gritting their teeth with the expenditure of this energy. He starts to glow
Yes,
with
this will do.
this kind of bluish, lightish fire. Alphino and Y'shtola are both breathing very heavy at this point, while he still glows. Graha, that
And
is.
now, it's my turn.
He whips out his staff, and these circles, like these rotating bands of energy, literal just like bands, rotate around him as he points the staff and the energy at the Porksy, who just receives it and glows
'Tis done.
brightly, but now not glowing anymore, and Graha's breathing heavily.
No small amount indeed.
Yeah, they're still a bit winded.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy.
Is this is the last time you guys have to do that? Like, is it forever up to the Porksy from now on, Angelo?
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room.
Ah, so not out in the open.
I'm
Okay.
sure our hosts can spare one.
Doing the rest of this out in the open is also pretty weird.
I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
For me, it's literally just walking up to the next quest person and clicking you, so
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
that is the extent of my patience. Gabu, Angelo, Alice, and
'Twould seem our part is played.
the guard walk off.
Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Why don't you use any of my ether? I have a lot. I can cast spells for days as White Mage and Sage, as long as I manage my MP smartly. Alright, here's Alphino and Ishitola, where we left ourselves. No, we're at the top of a tower now. Weird. Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest. It's just a tower. Oh, okay, cutscene. And the cutscene is a panoramic span, really, really slow moving of the bits and parts of Limsa as the three of us just kind of chat idly, nicely.
For years, Eorzea has laboured to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
I think you two are equally good scions, but whatever. Girl power, I guess. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do here. Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work, or don't tell me, tell her. Oh yeah, we just had that cutscene a couple videos ago about, yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work. Y'shtola laughs.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing.
That was a rough time, but your conviction held.
Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is.
Yeah, you guys are a good pair. We have a stumbling Alice toward Alphino, like she is dead tired. How she's still falls to her knees. Alphino keeps her from
Alize,
falling
are you all right?
completely over. Y'shtola takes
The
a knee.
treatment. Did it work?
Here comes Graha. He seems fine. And at his side is
I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gabu, speaking for the first
Gabu!
time that we've heard, at least. Alice looks at Alphino and smiles and nods, still, I think, 2 knees down. And then there's a lot of talking and celebration. Alice does manage to stand, and the cutscene goes black. And we're back to the cutscene again. Please keep talking.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan.
It was Titan, that was right.
but I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always.
I actually, for some reason, thought that Gabu was non-vocal because he lost his parents, not because he was tempered. Like, until a couple videos ago, until a couple quests ago, I thought he was just inconsolably grieving. Yeah.
So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gabu. They helped him to hold on.
It's what we do. I'll say, stroke.
I'm
Gabu's
so proud of you, Gabu.
the top of his head. Her head? Their head? I don't know. I'll go with
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize.
they.
Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them.
Sounds like a little boy, like the voice of a little boy, like the voice actor. So maybe.
Yes, we can. All of them.
See, like I was asking, like maybe once a day, or else it's gonna wipe the crap out of Alice.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use.
Here we go.
As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gabu alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms.
Yeah. Yep, I get you.
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence.
Yeah, I get you.
All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
Like familiars as in the frogs and the brooms she's animated? Okay. This gets nods from everybody.
I have to go now, Gabu, but the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Gabu becomes the greatest warrior ever, wielding a little itty bitty great axe. I don't know. It's a fun idea though. Spell speed, vitality, piety, vitality, determination. I'll do piety with the spell speed. Honey croissant ×3. Oh my god, my girlfriend just asked me if I've ever ridden on a bus before. I drove a bus. I was a bus driver. But aside from that, yes, I've ridden on plenty of buses. Yeah, like I said, last video of the night, and for the weekend, I guess technically until Monday when I play again. There will be a link in the description of the video that will send you to my Google Doc PowerPoint where every slide is an item on Amazon that I recommend because I use them a lot. They're awesome, and if you purchase any of those items with the link on that particular slide, I will get a small cut of the purchase price. I will not raise the price for you. Hope you enjoyed the videos tonight. Hope to see you next time, and have a good weekend. Bye.